Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Uniquely You Life with me, your coach, Kelly. Let me get a couple of things set up and then I'll get started. I did want to welcome you back and let you know, for those of you who do not know me, that my name is Kelly and I am a weight loss transformation coach and a Jesus lover. And after struggling for 40 years with dieting, and with my weight and feeling too fat to participate in life and riding this roller coaster of weight loss like an amusement park ride, I finally came to myself and lost the weight for the very last time and have maintained a 100-pound weight loss for the past 6 years. Each week, I'm going to teach you simple, sustainable ways to find freedom like I did. I keep things very plain, very simple, very practical. You're going to learn how to quit eating to cope with your emotions. You are going to stop beating yourself up when you don't do things perfectly. And you're going to learn to turn to the Lord in those times when you need strength and rely on His power instead of your own willpower to get you through. Once you nip those things in the bud, your weight loss transformation is going to be so much easier. My goal is to help you to build an awesome life, not just to fit into a smaller pant size or a dress size, not just to get in smaller clothes, but to build an awesome life, the life that you deserve, and to get off the hamster wheel. And so we want to do this together. So let's dig in for today. This week, I'm going to be talking about willingness, which basically means readiness of mind, and it means a free choice. It means that you choose without any reluctance or being tossed to and fro, that double-mindedness, but you have resolute and resolve. And there's a huge connection between willingness and weight loss outcomes. Losing weight is sometimes very difficult to navigate, to be honest. It can be challenging. But contrary to what traditional diets have told you about, well, just eat less and move more. Well, if it was that simple, don't you think that we would all have that figured out by now? How many of us have eaten less and moved more? We've lost some weight, but yet here we are. Here we are with the weight back on. So if that was the case and we just did what the weight loss industry told us to do, eat less, move more, then they would be out of business because we would have all had it done. Don't you think? I mean, that's what I think. But it is not just about those things. There is one key factor that successful people do in losing weight, and that is willingness. That means that you're ready to take action and that you're ready to make the necessary changes that you need to get where you want to go. Now, you may have set out to eat within your God given boundaries and start building in new habits and all the coping skills. But did you know that if you're not willing to commit, that it's not going to last? It is crucial for this part. You're going to have to be willing. You're going to have to be willing. I think we can all agree that two people can start out with the same goals and end up in two completely different places. I mean, if you think about like athletes, say you've got two ladies who want to be gold medal gymnast. You've got these two girls that are training hard and they work hard and they do all this, work and really pursue what they're doing. They've got their eye on the goal of this Olympic medal, right? But the weeks turn into months and the months turn into years. And then one of them gets to the point there where, like, I'm just giving up. Just forget this. I'm tired of circling my life and building my life around early morning workouts, around eating and sleeping and breathing gymnastics. So she just gives up, and she just looks at that as, this dream that she had. So, what is the difference? The difference is one of them was willing and committed to do whatever it took to get to where she wanted to go. And willingness in weight loss, it's a proactive attitude, it's a commitment to adopting a new way of living. It's that simple. It's a new way of living. And it goes beyond mere just being interested in losing some weight or having some motivation to lose some weight. It really does involve putting your feet to your faith and making sustainable changes that you can continue for the rest of your life. Not throwing in the towel, not just saying, well, just forget this, but really being willing or trying and then stopping and then trying and then stopping. You can't, it can't be, you can't sustain it that way. You're just not going to be able to. The thing that sets those apart from people that lose all their excess weight and keep it off and those that don't, it's the willingness of those that do, the willingness to do what the other people won't. There are studies that show that individuals who have a really high level of willingness, they tend to have a greater weight loss compared to those who are less committed. So by that, we know that mindset and attitude can strongly influence and affect your weight loss efforts, which is something that I talk about all the time in my coaching program. It is one of my pillars, mindset. But why does willingness matter so much? I mean, why such an emphasis on willingness? It's because being willing means that you're not just interested in losing some weight, but like that athlete, that you're going to do what it takes to make it happen. And when you're really, truly willing to do that, when you're willing, truly willing, you're more likely to eat within your God-given boundaries. You are more able or more willing to watch how you're thinking, talking to yourself, and running to God when you're faced with challenges. Do those sound like things that are simple to do? They are simple. They're very simple. Like I said, I'm going to keep it simple. They may not be very easy in the moment, but that's where your willingness comes in. And that persistence is going to lead you to more consistent progress over time. Remember, I talk about it's in the process. This is process. It's the process of building a new abundant life, the one that you deserve. And there's also studies that show that people who approach weight loss with positive mindset and a very high willingness, they keep their weight off long term. And long-term success is what we want, and not that short term, just for a few months or maybe even a year, but you want it long term. So here are some tips that are going to be able to allow you to build willingness into your weight loss. So you're going to maintain a positive mindset through declaring what God's word says about you. You're going to be your own cheerleader. You are going to talk to yourself like you would your best friend. That is going to help you to build up your willingness and your resilience muscle in the face of all those challenges that you might face. Because where your mind goes, your body is going to follow. Another tip would be that you have a plan, that you have a fully made up mind what you're going to do before you go into a situation. And that's going to strengthen your ability, your willingness to carry it out, like a dinner party for your friends or with your coworkers. You're going to have a plan, before you go into that situation, you're going to know what it's going to look like. You're going to know how you're going to eat. You're going to have this whole plan, whether you eat off smaller plate, whether you go back, have one plate, or whether you just have one dessert, whatever the plan is, you're going to have that in place. And that is going to set the tone for that situation, that dinner party. You are going to find your tribe. You are going to find those ladies who are walking the same journey as you and that can give where they can give you and you can give them encouragement, motivation, accountability, and you can celebrate successes all along the way because your brain loves to have wins. The more wins you can give it, even in the littlest of things, the more wins you can give it, the more dopamine it's going to be like, what? It's going to light up and be excited about what you're doing. These are going to reinforce your lifestyles and strengthen your willingness. So, along your weight loss journey, I want you to remember willingness to commit and stay dedicated can be key to achieving your desired outcome. It's not just about what you do, it's about how willing you are to do it. We can, we can say we want to do all these things, but you have to be willing to do it. It's important for you to recognize that weight loss is not just about your physical changes, but it's about your mindset and your determination. It's being willing to do whatever it takes to get where you want to go. It's important, so important that you recognize that and remember it when you're in the face of situations and circumstances, like that late night binge that you want to have just to recover or recoup from the day. You got to have that willingness to stick to your plan, knowing if you're not hungry, not time to eat. Just have that plan. So by having that positive mindset and staying willing, then you are going to be able to greatly increase the chances that you are going to end up where you want to be. And not just in weight loss, but in living a life that you deserve. One that you've always dreamed about. One where you can do the things you want to do, not sit on the sidelines, but enjoy life and go out and have good time and have fun and not feel so self-conscious. And I want to leave you with a quote, actually a couple of quotes. The willingness to do creates the ability to do. And that's by Peter McWilliams. And then we seldom do anything to the best of our ability. We do it to the best of our willingness. So it's important. Willingness is a huge piece. There's this whole pie that we have when it comes to our weight loss. And like I said, eat less, move more. If that were the solution, everybody would be there. But yet we're not. So there's a big pie, and willingness is part of that pie. Eating within your hunger and fullness cues, not talking to yourself or beating yourself up when you're not perfect, that all or nothing thinking, that's part of it. But I want you to embrace willingness. I want you to think about that this week. What are you willing to do? Because like that quote says, you have the ability. You have within you what it takes to do this. It's just your willingness to walk it out. So be willing. Get your willingness muscle built up so that you can walk out this weight loss transformation in your life and see it change and desire come that you have always longed for. So that's all I have for this week. I hope that you have a great week, and I will see you next time.